1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2 words.
Maybe close the door.
Bonjour à tous.
Welcome then to our live coverage of the finish of Benjamin Dutreux, the skipper of OMIA water family. A Vendéan skipper he is indeed. Grew up in the Ile de Yeux, not too far away, just about 10 kilometres off the coast here. And adopted Les Sables. And he sailed a fantastic race, coming in just now in the pretty tough conditions, a pretty tough final night. His boat is the original or Hugo Boss boat, which finished third in the race, and he set off with the challenge of trying to beat the or match the record of Alex Thompson at 80 days. So he's at 81 days, which is a pretty good going for a 30-year-old rookie. He lost his sponsor because of the COVID crisis just in the run up to the race, and then found OMIA. OMIA stepped into the breach. And so it was a touch and go whether he'd make the start line in the first place. But those of you who followed the start may remember that it was a little bit overpowering for him on start day. He burst into tears on the race dock and jumped onto his boat. But ever since then he's sailed a fabulous race. Interesting to note that last night with the finish of Jean Le Cam highlighted him as the one of the sailors of the race. Really appreciating the smoothness and tightness of his lines and his course. And all his family and his race team are out in the water. So he lives in Les Sables d'Olonne. The team is based in Les Sables. Member of the Vendée Formation team. And previously was a very good Figaro sailor, top rookie in 2016, I think. And then in 2018 he was 5th in Le Solitaire. So his boat previously in the previous race was of course Kojiro Shiraishi's Spirit of Yuko. And I'm sure the Spirit of Yuko has stayed on this boat indeed as well. So 30-year-old rookie. Certainly is Les Sables' favourite son, as it were. Very popular around the town. All the shops have got posters of Benj. So he's going to finish in 9th. Jean Le Cam finished last night, but was elevated to 4th because of his time compensation. And the Water Family is an initiative which takes water and ensures that different areas in countries where there's difficult access to water, Water Family is ensured access and looks after projects in that different areas. So these are very much his home waters and a proud homecoming for the skipper from the area. I don't think he ever expected to do quite as well, but he did have that target, as I say, 80 days set by Alex Thompson. when he was third on the 2012 race. So he's had a great race. He sailed very close with Jean Le Cam at different times. Really a three-way battle for the title of best daggerboard boat, but between him and Damien Sagan and Jean Le Cam, three exceptional sailors, and Dutreux coming in not too far behind him. So a fantastic sight with the his team and the support teams from the race direction and the media. A cruising boat there coming out from Les Sables to welcome him in. So he moved to the area when he was 8 years old, and his brothers and himself joined the sailing club on the Ile de Yeux, and then they progressed to the Fromentine club on the mainland, and from there he got into the French youth team, became a Nacre sailor, won titles in the Nacre class regionally, won 2 university championships, and he's also a materials composite engineer, and worked in a sail loft at Sirène à Voile, where he was the technical manager. So he's got a very small but talented team round about him. We had Thomas Cardran, his technical manager, on our live show during the course of the race. There in his hand he's got Flaggy, which is the little container of water from the glacier in Chamonix, which he's taken round the world to highlight the need to preserve our oceans and to preserve our water supplies and to maximise access to clean water. And Water Family, I think, first supported him on the Tour Voile in 2018 and 2019 from memory. So you remember on the way down the Atlantic in the early stages he actually led at one point and had a great race on the east of the fleet. That really worked for him at the time. Certainly in the top 5, top 6 for a long period in the early days, in the first 3 to 5 days of the race. But he had his technical problems. He had his problem with his J2, if you remember, in the Pacific, and had to climb the mast and repair it, or repair the J2 hook. Big kiss for his boat. So be huge pride in the local community and his performance and the way he's communicated all the way through the race. And there we go. He's through the finish line. So Benjamin Dutreux takes 9th place in the top 10, but it's not just about the finishing position, it's all about the performance and completing his first round the world race. He is a sailor that I'm sure we'll hear more about. But just enjoying the moments as his technical team come on board. So his technical team on board, taking control of the sails. So what a finish then for Benjamin Dutreux. Very typical of this time of year off the Vendée coast. It tends to be either grey and windy and damp, or sunshine, depending on the weather regime at the time. At the moment we have these low pressure systems coming in over the weekend. So Dutreux's timing has just been perfect, just getting in before them. So he calls his boat Pappy. He has a very, very special relationship with it, and indeed he should. It's taken him around the world completely safely. A few big storms and nervous moments, but otherwise it's an extremely accomplished performance. Proven that he can push hard against the sailors of the experience of the likes of Jean Le Cam. And also, as Le Cam said last night, a big statement for the daggerboard boats, that if we ended up with himself, I won't repeat what he described the three of them as, but himself, Damien Seguin, and the young guy, Benjamin Dutreux, all close together in the top 10. It's a great statement for the diversity of the sport, shall we say, and the diversity of the IMOCA class, and an inspiration for young sailors to come into this class and try and have a go at the Vendée Globe. Jean Le Cam was very passionate about that last night, saying that it can't become too expensive, become too technical. So anyway, for sure, just have to wait for the judges to go on board and clarify that all his seals and everything technical is in place before his result is fully confirmed, but shouldn't usually be any problem with that, and obviously no problem with anybody overhauling him, as we've had a situation over the last few days with time recompense, the redresses for the period of rescue for Kevin Escoffier. So obviously Jean Le Cam went up to 4th place, and Boris Herrmann made his gains through the finally through the 6 hours of bonus time that he had. But for sure, Benjamin Dutreux should be solid in 9th, and he'll be happy with that, I'm absolutely sure. So Benjamin Dutreux adds the Vendée Globe to his list of his accomplishments. So he was fifth in the Figaro, racing in the colours of the Vendée formation team. Top rookie, also raced in the Tour of Val on the Diam 25 catamarans, the sport catamarans, and was an extremely good dinghy sailor in his day. So interesting pathway, and clearly knows how to make a boat go fast. And a very, very good to say technical team, very strong technically. Thomas Cardran, who we had on the show, he worked with Team New Zealand as a composites engineer. So a big triumph for their team. So it'll be interesting to see the welcome for him. It's a Friday morning, but I'm quite sure that everybody who is allowed out on the streets and has a reason to go out and see him will welcome Benjamin Dutreux. I want to say that he's a popular guy in Les Sables. You speak to people there, and as soon as he had his boat secured, he was taking friends and family out for a sail just to experience what life would be like on the Amoca. So you don't have to go far around Les Sables to find someone who sailed with Benjamin on the Amoca. So Benjamin's official finish time is 09:05 and 20 seconds UTC. So that period of recompression starts now. You haven't had anybody on the boat for over 80 days. You have your technical team, and then you come through into the famous channel and then to the dock. So there we go. Another edition for this famous boat, which has performed well, as indeed he has. So yes, just to confirm his finish time, 10:05 UTC, 81 days, 20 hours, 45 minutes and 20 seconds is his race time, elapsed time. He's 1 day, 17 hours and 34 seconds behind the winner, and 22 hours behind the previous boat. That's obviously with the time compensations, and in fact that will be Thomas Rion. And his average is 12.4 knots on the theoretical course. The theoretical course distance is 24,365 miles, and he actually sailed 27,833 miles at 14.17 knots. So there we go, Benjamin Dutreux, the skipper of OMIA Water Family, finishing in 9th place. Next skipper in will be Maxime Sorel. But in the meantime, God almighty.